All right, well, it looks like we're having a class. Don't be afraid of the title, intermediate, advanced. We have opportunities to try more challenging postures here after we finish our usual warm-up type class. So if anything doesn't feel good in the body at any time, just we can do something else. But I will properly prepare you. We're going to start lying down. And we're going to work a little bit on spinal flexing and arching. So lying down on your back with something under your head. Bring the arms away from the body. And we'll start by taking some deep breaths toward the bottom of the lungs. Inhale, filling up the sides of the lungs. And also filling up the back of the lungs. Front, sides, and back are expanding with the breath. Just relax the whole body for a moment, soften the face and the jaw. Allow the shoulders to drop back. And now as you inhale, you're going to lift the bottom back ribs off the floor. So nothing much moves except you're going to just arch your back a little bit. And then as you exhale, press the low back to the mat. And inhale, arching the back. Hi, Heather. We're on our backs, breathing. And exhale, press the low back flat to the floor like you're trying to push all the space out there. And release, inhale, arch the back, lifting more ribs, maybe the bottom 2 or 3 ribs. And exhale, press them all down. Inhale, arching the back, pressing the head into the floor, lifting maybe the bottom of the shoulder blades. Exhale, press the whole spine flat to the mat. Inhale, again, arch, pressing the head into the floor, lifting more of the shoulder blades. Exhale, press it all down. Release, inhale, arch, press the head into the floor, lift the whole back off the floor. And exhale, lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Low back to the mat. Inhale, arch, press the head into the floor, lifting up even more, like trying to get the chest off the floor higher. And exhale, lower down 1 vertebra at a time. Inhale, arch, press the head into the floor, arms and shoulders and everything off the floor. Lifting your arms, yeah. But your head is on the mat, pushing your chest up. And come down 1 vertebra at a time. We'll do that again. Inhale, arch, press the head into the floor, lift the chest, lift the back, lift the arms, hold for 3 breaths. Unless it hurts, of course. This is strengthening the neck muscles. And expanding the chest. Whenever you're ready, lower down one vertebra at a time and come to rest for a moment, taking a few long, deep breaths. Okay, let's bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. And so on the exhalation, press down into the feet, tuck the pelvis and lift it up slowly, one vertebra at a time as you exhale. Inhale, lower back down one vertebra at a time. Exhale, tuck the pelvis, lift it up. Inhale, lower down one vertebra at a time. Again, exhale, press into the feet, lift the pelvis up, each time coming a little higher. Press all 10 toes down into the mat. And lower down as you inhale, one vertebra at a time. Good. Exhale, press the feet into the floor, tuck the pelvis and lift up. Try to keep the knees over top of the ankles and not out wider. And slowly lower down as you inhale. One more time, tuck and lift. And inhale, lower down. And this time you're going to tuck and lift and we'll stay up. So press into the feet, tuck the pelvis, come all the way up with the hips, interlace the fingers underneath the back, shimmy the shoulders underneath you. And press into the feet, squeeze the knees a little bit more toward each other. They don't have to touch. Actually, you want them to be right over the ankles, and the feet and ankles are about thigh bone width apart. So imagining what that might be. Okay, breathing. If your knees hurt, walk your feet forward a little bit more. Taking a few more breaths here. And then you're going to squeeze your glutes and lift your pelvis even higher. So it's like a little bit of an exercise here. So squeeze and lift, squeeze and lift, squeeze and lift, squeeze and lift, squeeze. Keep going, lift, 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 and hold it up there. Keep your hips up, remove your hands from underneath you, place them on the floor beside your ears, palms down, fingers pointing towards your shoulders. Maybe press up toward the top of your head. Maybe press up off your head using your arm strength, opening your back, lifting up, taking a few full breaths. And then tuck your chin to your chest and slowly lower back down one vertebra at a time. And just pause here on your back, taking a few deep breaths. Okay, we're going to go into plow pose. So when you're ready, if you have something under your head, remove it. Otherwise, you're going to swing your legs up over your head, hands onto your back, shimmy the elbows and shoulders closer together. If this doesn't feel comfortable to you, you're all doing it, so it's fine. But if ever it doesn't feel comfortable, you can put a block under the pelvis and just elevate the legs. Okay, let's lift one leg toward the ceiling. and bring it down. And then the other leg. And bring it down. And then both legs up. And we'll be here for a little while. Don't worry about how perfect it is. Just think about becoming tall through the body and keeping the weight of your body in your elbows and shoulders rather than your head. And breathe. Okay, lower the feet over the head, hands back onto the floor, slowly lower down one vertebra at a time, rolling out, and then hug your knees to your chest. Place the hands on top of the knees. We're going to make circles with the legs. The hands are moving the legs in circles. Knees together, going in one circle, right? And then let's do it the other way. Okay, we're going to do a little ab work now. Hands on top of the thighs, fingers touching the knees. As you exhale, you're going to push your legs away, but your legs are going to push back into your hands. So hands push legs, legs push hands. And release. Inhale. Exhale, push. Inhale, release. Exhale, push. Inhale, release. Exhale, pushing harder. Inhale, release. Exhale, pushing harder. Inhale, release. While you're pushing, press the low back to the floor. Push. And release. Exhale, pushing harder. And release. This time pushing as hard as you can for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and release. Swing the knees slightly to the right, just before you tip over. And now push your legs away here and resist. Too far over, Zainab. Less, there. And release, inhale. Exhale, push the legs, legs push back. Inhale, release. Exhale, push. Inhale, release. Exhale, push. Inhale, release. Exhale, pushing harder. Inhale, release. And pushing as hard as you can for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back to center, take a breath. And then we'll swing the knees to the left, just slightly. And exhale, push and resist. Inhale, release. Exhale, push. Inhale, release. Exhale, push. Inhale, release. Pushing harder. And release. Pushing as hard as you can for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hug the knees to the chest. Rock a little bit from one side to the other. Okay, we're going to do a little bit more for the abs. Extend the legs, heels to the ceiling. Before we do that, though, let's massage the backs of the thighs with the hands and flex the feet and separate the toes. And then point the toes. And then flex the feet, separate the toes. and point the toes. And flex and separate. And point. And now we make circles with the ankles, big round wide circles. And the opposite way. Okay, good. Now we're ready. Place the hands on the floor beside the body, palms down. You're going to lift your pelvis up about an inch off the floor and then put it back down. So the legs stay straight and they don't swing either. You're just kind of lifting the hips, the pelvis up and down, up and down, up and down. Right, like that. Keep going and breathe. Don't hold the breath. Keep breathing. Okay. All right, just rest a moment. Bring the hands behind the head, interlace the fingers. We're going to lift the pelvis and the shoulders at the same time. So up, 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 and hold everything up for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come back down, hug the knees to the chest. Take a few deep breaths. All right. We're going to extend the legs back up to the ceiling, palms to the floor. We're going to do another ab exercise. So right leg slowly comes down toward the floor. 2, 3, 4. Keep your low back to the mat. Inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Left leg down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Right leg down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. 2, 3, 4. Left leg down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. Good. Now both legs, if you can, press the low back to the floor. Down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. As soon as you feel your low back starting to lift off the floor, come back. Exhale down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. You also can bend your knees a little bit if you want to lighten the load. Down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. And down. 2, 3, 4. Inhale up. That's it for now. Let's come into happy baby. Grab the feet, open the knees around the body. Relax the inner legs. Take some long, deep breaths. A few more deep breaths here. Okay, so slowly lower the feet back down to the floor and then extend the legs. And we're going to do fish pose. So you're going to walk your hands under your body. You're going to lie on your arms, palms down. Squeeze the shoulders together behind you. Rise up onto your forearms and look at your toes. And then keep the chest lifted, bring the top of the head to the floor and use the arms to support you as you pull the shoulders open or back behind you, lifting the chest. And we're going to take a few deep breaths here. 90% of the weight is on the arms, 10 on the head. Chin and neck is long. And then lift the head And lower down slowly. And remove the hands from underneath you. Breathing deeply, filling the lungs all the way around. Just keep relaxing, letting go of any holding in the hands, the shoulders, the neck, or anywhere else. Okay, bend the knees, place the feet on the floor, and just sway the knees from one side to the other. Nice and slowly, no rush. And then we'll bring the knees to the chest again, but hug underneath the knees. And we're going to rock and roll. So round the back as much as possible, curling the spine. So coming all the way up to the tailbone and all the way back to the shoulders. Okay, and then finally we'll come up into little boat. So lifting the chest, releasing the legs with the hands. Breathe. And then we'll swing the arms to the right, and the left, and the right, and the left. Come back to center. We'll open the boat, close the boat, open, close, open, and close. Hug the legs in really close, and then extend the legs as much as they'll go. And maybe hold this position without the hands. Great. And then we'll come to sit up. And we'll sit up on a folded blanket or a block. Okay, sitting up tall. Let's just do a little breath work, okay? So we'll do Kapalabhati, which is the shining skull breath. So as you exhale, you're going to force the air out rapidly by contracting the abdomen and pushing it out through the nostrils like a fly flew up the nose and you want it out. And also like you're about to receive a punch and you protect yourself. So it looks like this. So on the inhale, you do nothing. You just let go of the contraction. On the exhale, you contract. So I would suggest putting your hand on your belly just to get started. As you inhale, again, it's just a half full breath. And then exhale, release, inhale, exhale, release, inhale, exhale, release, inhale, exhale, release, exhale, 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 exhale. Inhale fully. You can bring your hands to your knees, palms up. Exhale completely. Inhale fully again. And exhale. Inhale, 3/4 lung capacity breath, almost full. And then hold the breath. Close your eyes, bring your attention to the third eye. And exhale. Inhale fully. Exhale completely. And take another full breath. And let it go. We'll do another round of Kapalabhati. So again, you could put your hand on your belly or not. Inhale halfway. And exhale. 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 Inhale fully. Exhale completely. Inhale fully again. And let it go. Inhale, 3/4 lung capacity breath, so almost full. And retain the breath, closing the eyes, bringing your attention to the third eye. Relax the face, the jaw, the shoulders. And exhale. Inhale fully. And let it go. So we're going to come back to a natural breath. You can drop your chin down towards your chest, feeling the full weight of the head drop forward, but keeping the chest lifted. Breathing into the upper back. And then bring your chin to the right collarbone, nose dropping down toward the right thigh. Taking deep breaths. And then swing the right ear over the right shoulder, keeping the chest lifted, shoulders relaxed, jaw relaxed. Deep breaths. You could take hold of the left knee with the left hand and lean away just to elongate that line from the ear to the hand. So you're really holding onto your knee like a bar, like you're grabbing a bar, and then you're pulling away. And you can rotate the head while it's swinging over to the right. Looking for those tight spots, and then when you find one, stay there for a few breaths. And then release the knees, swing the chin down to the chest, breathing into the upper back. Bring the chin to the left thigh, or sorry, the left collarbone, nose dropping down toward the left thigh, breathing into the upper back. And then let's bring the left ear over the left shoulder. I apologize for whatever music you're hearing. Okay, good. Deep breaths, shoulders and jaw relaxed. You're welcome to take hold of the right knee with the right hand and lean away. Still breathing fully. You're also welcome to rotate the head, looking for those tight spots. When you find one, stay there for a few breaths. And then you can release the knee and swing the chin down to the chest. Inhale, right ear over right shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, left ear over left shoulder. Exhale, chin to chest. One more time, over to the right. And down. And left. And down. And then slowly lift the head up. And we'll make circles with the shoulders. And in the opposite direction. Inhale the arms up over the head, interlace the fingers and lift. As you lift up, drop down through the sit bones. So you've got dynamic pull down through the lower body, up through the upper body. Good. And then we'll bend to the right. And draw the navel to the spine and come back up. So you want that abdominal action here, contraction, abdominal contraction, and then bending to the left. Draw the navel to the spine, coming back up. Bring your right hand to the floor and arc over. Deep breath, looking up, rotating the chest up. And then rotate the chest down, sweep across to the other side, placing the left hand down and the right hand up, and rotate the chest up. Deep breath. Rotate the chest down, sweep across to the right and lift. And rotate chest down, sweep across to the left and lift. And then come down back to center, round the back. You can hang onto the knees and curl spine, dropping the chin, tucking the tailbone. Take a couple of deep breaths here. And then we're going to pull forward, chest lifted, pulling the shoulders back. You can pull against the knees, chin up, deep breaths. We'll come back to neutral. We'll do a mini twist, right hand to the left knee, lifting up as you press the left hand down into the floor and twist to look back. Inhale. Exhale back to center, switch sides. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. And come back to center. Okay, let's bring the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, stretch the arms up and open the chest, chin up, deep breaths. Shoulders away from the ears. And then release the arms, bring them out in front, cross the right elbow over the left, hook the hands, press the elbows forward, drop the chin down, breathe between the shoulder blades. And then release, send the heels of the hands away, pushing the walls, relax the shoulders, flex the fingers. And then we'll cross the left elbow over the right, hooking the hands, press the elbows forward, drop the chin, breathe between the shoulder blades. And release, send the heels of the hands away one more time, pushing the walls. Good. Push, push, push. That's it. And then bring the hands together, interlace the fingers, we'll roll the wrists. And the other way. So we're making mindful circles. Okay, stretch the arms out in front, tuck your thumbs into your palms, wrap your fingers around your thumbs, and again, mindful circles. So mindfulness is a practice we apply to everything. Let's go the other way. What we want to avoid is doing things mindlessly, because for one, we aren't getting the most out of whatever it is we're doing. Pull all the fingers back on one hand, including the thumb. And also, you kind of didn't really pay attention to what you did, so you don't know if you even did it sometimes. You kind of forget. And if you get into the habit of acting mindlessly, you might eat more than you need to, or you might forget that you haven't had enough water, or, you know, all those things. You might forget tasks that need to be done, or that you've already done them, like locking the door at night before you go to sleep. You know, so practicing it right here is going to help you do it for all your other points in the day. Okay, so let's shake it out. We're going to come onto the hands and the knees now. You might need some support under the knees, like a folded blanket for cushioning. So we are in table position with the fingers wide spread. And we'll start off just by arching. Inhale, look up. Then exhale, round, curl the spine. Inhale, arch, looking up. Exhale, round and curl. Arch, look up. Exhale, round and curl. Come back to neutral. We're going to look over the right shoulder for a moment at the foot, the right foot. Take a deep breath. Exhale, back to center. Look over the left shoulder at the left foot. Exhale back to center. Right arm reaches up as well as the left leg. Push out of your left shoulder. Good. And bring it down. And switch left arm, right leg up. And down. And switch, opening, lift. Before we come down, we're going to squeeze the elbow and the knee toward each other, round the back. Actually bring your forehead toward your knee and then reach back up again. Exhale, round, forehead to knee, elbow in and up and in and up and bring it down. Left arm, right leg up. Bend the knee in toward the forehead, round the back, squeeze everything in and up and in and up and in and up and bring it down. We're going to do a little bit for the shoulders. Walk your hands forward a tiny bit and turn the fingers in slightly. You're going to bend the elbows out. Okay. Yeah. So fingers are in just a bit. Your hands are wider than your shoulders just by a teeny bit as well. So you're going to bend your elbows a little. We can bend them more later. Then you're going to swing your upper body through the arms and up, like not into a full upward dog, but just extending and come back, exhale. Bending the elbows, sweeping through the arms, inhale up, exhale back. Each time you can come down a little lower if your shoulders are comfortable with that. And back. Again, inhale through and up and back. Again, through and up. Exhale back one more time. Dipping as low as you feel comfortable and up and back. Coming into heart melting pose, bring the forearms to the floor. Sink the hips over the calves, forehead to the mat. Extend the arms, that's it. If your nose is being squished, turn your head to the side. We're going to be here for a little bit. Your knees can be widened if you feel that would be more comfortable. Your hips are over your calves, so scooch back a little bit more, Barbara. Just a little bit. Yeah, good. Yeah, so you don't want all the weight in the upper body. You want to share the weight in the knees and the arms. Deep breaths here. Okay, let's come up onto the forearms, interlace the fingers. We're going to do dolphin pumps. So we're going to extend the legs. And then we're going to swing the chin over the thumbs and back again. Don't let those elbows splay out. Keep them under the shoulders and back. Inhale forward. Or you can inhale back, whatever works for you here. Do about 10 altogether. Okay, come forward and hold. And bring the knees down. Now, I know we're not necessarily going to go into headstand, but we're going to do the steps like we're going to and just play. Okay, so don't freak out at all. Your hands are interlaced. So bring your forearms back to the floor. Make sure the elbows are only as far apart as you can hold them with your hands. So if you release your hands, hold your elbows good. Then interlace your fingers, tuck your bottom pinky in, and lift your thumbs and open your hands. And then place the back of your head into your hands. So the top, very top of your head is on the floor. Now just extend the legs and walk your toes in towards you. But while you're doing that, press down into your arms, press down into your elbows and out of your shoulders. Right. If you feel uncomfortable at any time, stop and don't go any further. If you feel like you can bring your knees towards your chest at any time, you can do that. Very good, Heather. Keep pressing down into your shoulders and your elbows. That's it. Okay. And so walk your toes in a bit more, Barbara. Walk, 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 walk in. Yeah, you want your hips over your shoulders. There you go. That's where you're going to play. Push down. Yeah, there you go. Very nice. Okay. So whatever stage you feel comfortable playing in, play there for just a moment longer. Okay. Whenever you're done, come back down and we'll come into child's pose. Just relax. Take long, deep breaths. Okay, if you're feeling ready to, come back up onto your hands and your knees. We're going to push back into downward facing dog, lifting the hips. Maybe the socks have to come off at this point. Spread the fingers wide, press the heels toward the floor, tailbone up toward the ceiling. Take a few full breaths. You can swing the hips to the right and the left. And then swing the right leg up toward the ceiling. And step through between the hands, bring the back knee down, sweep the hips forward. Leave the left hand on the floor, reach the right hand back. Good. Maybe bend your back knee, reaching for your back foot. And release, straighten out the right leg, lift the right arm. Good. Both hands toward the floor, head toward the knee or shin. And then we'll step back into plank pose. And exhale, lower. I like to come down the easy way first time. So that would be bending the elbows in toward the body and just swinging the hips down toward the floor, then the belly, then the chest. It's like a warm up. Inhale, cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Deep breaths. Left foot reaches up toward the ceiling. Steps through between the hands, bring the back knee down. Let those hips swing forward. Right hand stays down, left hand reaches back. Maybe bend the back leg, reaching for the foot. And release the foot, straighten the left leg and lift the left arm. Both hands toward the floor, lower the head toward the knee. Step back into plank pose. And then we'll come down maybe a little bit simpler way. So the bottom up, chest down, elbows in toward the body. And then scooch forward into cobra, lifting the chest, maybe upward dog. And then exhale, downward dog. Hips up, heels down. Right leg reaches up to the ceiling. Steps through between the hands. Still the back knee comes down. Sweep the arms up. Keep pressing into the right heel. Lift the chest. And then take hold of the left wrist. Pull it to the right side. Keep swinging those hips forward. Bend your front knee as much as it'll go. Good. Palms together, twisting to the right. Left elbow to the outside of the knee. Press into the palms, shoulders away from the ears, neck long. Good. Hands to the floor, stepping back into plank. Option to do right-sided plank, which means lifting the left arm, rolling to the outer edge of the right foot. You could step your left foot forward for extra support. And then both hands to the floor. Exhale, lower. However you wish, you can come down with a flat body from the knees or full body. Inhale, cobra and upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg reaches up to the ceiling. Steps through between the hands, back knee down, sweep the arms up. Pressing into the left heel, lift the chest. Take hold of the right wrist, pull it to the left side. Palms together, twisting to the left, right elbow to the outside of the knee, pressing away or toward the left with the chest, shoulders away from the ears. Hands to the floor, stepping back into plank, left-sided plank option, lifting the right arm. You can step your left foot or your right foot forward for extra support. Both hands to the floor, exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra and upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg reaches up to the ceiling. Steps through between the hands. Make sure you have a block in front of you. And we're going to come into runner's lunge. So that's not all the way up, but it's somewhat up. Pressing into that front leg so that you're not sinking into the thigh. You're kind of pushing out of the thigh. And then from here, we're going to pop forward onto our right foot, lifting our left foot, coming into warrior three with the hands behind or in front. Try to keep the hips level to the floor. That's the hard part. And then bring your right hand to the floor, onto the block in front of your right foot, and lift your left arm, coming into standing half moon. And then we'll step back into warrior two. Good. Bend that knee. Rotate the thighs externally. Shoulders relaxed. Low ribs hugging in. Neck long. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh. Sweep your left arm way up over the ear. Long line on the left side. Keep bending the right knee. And then exalted warrior, lifting the chest and the right arm. And then windmill the arms down to the floor, stepping back into plank, option to do right-sided plank. If you want to make it harder, you can pick up your left foot, place it on your standing leg, or take hold of the big toe and extend the leg up to the ceiling and release. Both hands to the floor. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra and upward dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips up, heels down, deep breath. Right leg reaches up to the ceiling and steps through between the hands, coming into runner's lunge. So you're kind of leaning forward, like a straight line with the back leg here. And you're not sinking into your thigh. You're pushing out of your thigh. Your pelvis is somewhat tucked. Tuck your pelvis a little bit more. Okay, now come forward onto your left foot, picking up your right foot. Coming into warrior three. Try to keep the hips level to the floor. And then bring your left hand to the block in front of your left foot and lift the right arm, opening up the chest to the right. And then we'll step back into warrior two. Bend that knee. Relax the shoulders, rotate the thighs externally, navel to spine. Okay, bring your forearm to your thigh, right arm way up over your ear, long line. Good, and then exalted warrior, keeping that left knee bent. Good, windmill the arms down to the floor. Step back into plank, left-sided plank. You can pick up your right foot maybe, place it on the standing leg, or take hold of the big toe and extend it. Yeah, both hands back to the floor. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, downward dog. Deep breath. Right leg reaches up to the ceiling. Steps through between the hands, coming into high lunge. We're going to bring the back knee down and up a few times. Okay, good. And then we'll open up into warrior two again. And this time we'll straighten the legs, rotate them externally, navel to spine, shift the ribs over the right thigh, coming into triangle, tip the arms vertically, looking up. And if you feel stable here, you're not holding onto your leg, navel's drawn in, you're really engaging the core. Extend the left arm over the ear. And then bring the left hand to the floor or the block by the instep of the foot and lift the right arm into revolve triangle. Keep the outer edge of your back foot pressing down. Okay, both hands to the floor. We're going to try something here. We're going to lift our left foot up, coming into standing needle. Finding balance on that foot. Maybe even taking hold of your right ankle with one or both hands. And then bring the left foot down beside the right foot, coming into standing forward bend. Drop the head. And then we'll do standing needle with the right foot up in the air. And then finding balance on the left foot, taking hold of the ankle with one or both hands. Okay, we're going to step the right foot back, coming into high lunge. Okay, back knee down and up several times. Okay, and then we'll open up into warrior two. Really bend that knee, rotate the thighs externally. And then we'll straighten the legs, rotate them externally, navel to spine, ribs over thigh. Don't over straighten this front knee, okay? Let it be a bit soft. And then tip the arms vertically. Keep the navel drawn in toward the spine. So remember, front knee soft. I see kind of a locked knee there. Be very mindful not to lock it. Okay, good. And then we're coming into Revolve Triangle. You can bring your right hand down to the floor or block and lift the left arm. Keep the outer edge of the foot pressed down. Good. And then both hands to the floor. Lift the back heel, step back into plank. Actually, step back into downward dog. All right, we're going to swing the right knee forward into pigeon. I think that's as far as we're going to go into pushing ourselves today. And for some of you, it may not be very much, but doing this once a week is not quite enough. I should probably have another one of these classes during the week just to keep us going. So we're still pressing into our hands, lifting our chest, and we might bend our back leg, reaching for our back foot in pigeon. This is an option, okay? Please don't force it if it doesn't go easy. Lifting the chest, same arm and as leg if you can. If it comes in easy, you can hook the foot into the elbow crease. I'm not going to push myself to do it, but if it's working for you, you can do that. And then maybe even reach up and clasp the hands. And then we can come down onto the forearms and relax for about a minute, taking deep breaths. All right, let's come back up and we'll push ourselves back into downward dog. Take a deep breath. When you're ready, swing the left leg up toward the ceiling and then sweep it through in front of you for pigeon. So if your back knee is tender, you might want to slip a blanket underneath it. Once you feel steady and stable here, you can bend your back knee, reaching for your back foot. Yeah, if it's hurting something, I wouldn't recommend doing it. And if it bends in even more, you can bring the foot into the crease of the elbow. But again, you know, shoulders have to cooperate, knees have to cooperate. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. Okay, let's release that and come down onto our forearms and relax here for a while. Okay, let's come on out and we'll make our way onto our backs. We'll hug our knees to our chest. And we'll lower the legs down to the left side, coming into a twist. Socks might be needed at this point. So the right arm opens up to the floor, right shoulder dropping down. You can hold your top knee with your left hand in place and take deep breaths into the back. If you want to go deeper, you can wrap the top leg around the bottom leg. But this is optional. Your back has to be comfortable with it. Just take a couple more deep breaths. And then unravel the legs, bring the navel back to the spine, bring the knees to the chest as you roll onto your back. When you're ready, lower the legs down to the right side of the body, opening up the left arm and shoulder to the floor. Relaxing the limbs down. You can hold the top knee in place with the right hand if you like. And take deep breaths. If you want to take it further, you can wrap the top leg around the bottom leg. But again, this is only if your back is totally comfortable with it. Let's take a couple more breaths. And then draw the navel to the spine, bring the knees back to the chest, right into the chest as you roll onto your back. So don't lower the legs, just bring them right up. That's it. Give them a hug. And you can finish in Shavasana or Constructive Rest, or with supported bridge with the block underneath the pelvis. This is optional. In Constructive Rest, your feet are wide, knees are bent and together. And yeah, so we're going to give ourselves a few minutes here. This is our final pose. In case anyone's on a time constraint, we are going to go 5 minutes over, if you're okay with that. Okay, Zainab, nice to see you. Have a good weekend.
Thanks a lot. Have a good weekend. Yeah. And have a good week as well. Bye-bye, everyone.
Okay, you too. Let's take about 5 more deep breaths. And then you can draw the navel to the spine, bring the knees into the chest, even while the block is still there, unless it's really uncomfortable. And then without putting your feet down, you can push the block out from underneath you and roll to your side. Pause here. And then slowly roll forward, press down into the hands and push yourself up, coming to an upright seated position. And we'll finish with Om. So you can bring the hands into Chin Mudra if you like, thumb and index tips touching, sitting up tall, or the hands at the heart, whatever you like. Taking a deep breath in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaste.